The Cardinals wrapped up a CCIW championship and a playoff bid in a big way with the win over Wheaton. But the squad still has some unfinished business to take care of before looking forward to the postseason. Senior Day is Saturday, and you can get ready for it right here on the Red Zone. Welcome to this week's edition of the Red Zone. I'm Alex Simmons. Coach Thorne is attending some family business this week. In his place is Cardinal defensive coordinator Rick Ponx. Coach, thanks for pinch hitting for us this week.
I tell you, I appreciate the opportunity, Alex.
Well, last week's game against Wheaton, the buildup of it was incredible. You know, you have CCIW championship on the line, automatic playoff bid, along with the rivalry trophy. You guys went into a rocking McCauley Stadium and really just quieted the home crowd.
Well, we try to stay away from all that hype during the week with our kids, but there certainly was a lot on the line. I think in the back of their minds, they all knew it. They prepared for that. They came out and really took control of the game. I think anytime you go on the road into those type of games, being able to quiet the crowd the way our offense did coming out and really just moving down the field methodically was a great start, and it gave our kids a lot of confidence. And as long as our crowd is louder than their crowd, then we're in pretty good shape.
Well, it was like a heavyweight prize fight on Saturday. Let's go to the highlight. The Little Brass Bell is what North Central and Wheaton were playing for at McCauley Stadium. First play from scrimmage for the Cardinals, Jordan Tassio and the Wildcat pitches to Nick Kukoc, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is speed. 37 yards in all, first down NCC. That would set up this. Spencer Stanek drops back and says, "You know I'm going for the corner." Andy Sturzma is there, 7-zip Cardinals. North Central gets it back and the pair hook up again, this time on 4th down to keep the drive alive. Then Tassio and the Wildcat again, but he's passing. Kyle Fedorowicz makes the fingertip catch. Cards up 2 scores after 2 possessions. Second quarter, here we come. Wheaton driving, but the secondary blankets every Thunder receiver, and James Robinson swoops in for his first sack. Thunder get a field goal. Wheaton tries to keep the momentum going. Garrett Meter looking downfield for a friendly face, but he only finds Josh McLeod. One of his 2 interceptions on the day. He adds a nice run back, but that's negated by a block in the back. That's okay though, Nick Kukoc has it covered. From 20 yards out, the sophomore turns on the burners and joins his buddies in the end zone. The Cardinals would stay in control, bringing back the bell and a conference title. Coach Ponx, we've seen it all season. This defense really just stout against the run, number 2 nationally against the rush. And this Wheaton rushing attack, you guys kind of stopped in his tracks on Saturday. What was the key to doing that?
Well, I said before in the other segment that I thought the key was our offense taking control of the game right from the start of it. You know, I thought it was a tremendous team victory, not just a good defensive performance. You know, I think our kids study film more than they ever have before. They're extremely well prepared, so when they see things happening on the field, it's like it's in slow motion, and they can react. They know exactly where they're supposed to be. And that's what's really helped propel us to number 2 in the nation and playing that well and shutting down the people's offenses.
And when you talk about those guys can kind of see it slow, but that means they play fast, right?
That's exactly what we talk about. We want to play fast so we can play physical. And to get to that point, you really have to study the film and know what's going to happen before it happens. They can associate formations with specific running plays, and when the ball snaps, then they get to where they're supposed to be.
And we've seen it the last couple of weeks. It seems you guys stop the run early, which forces the other team to pass. Mm-hmm. And when you get as much pressure with your front 4, it really allows you guys to really create some turnovers, like Josh McLeod's 2 picks on Saturday.
Yeah, my philosophy has always been to play with the front 4. If you can get pressure with 4 and not have to blitz, that allows you to play zone defense. And when you have 7 guys covering the zones, quarterbacks don't see reads as easy. They throw the ball up, and our kids can break on that ball and make the picks. You know, Josh has got all the ones that he has, but you know, Ryan Ferry's got some. Matt's knocked down passes. Derek got one the other week. So our kids are getting to the ball and making plays because of those front four guys.
And the way you rotate those guys in and out, it seems like a different guy every week, but all those guys can play, and you have great depth at that position.
That's also been one of the keys. Kids are fresh. We told them right from the beginning we were going to try to play 8 or 9 guys. So in the fourth quarter, we had fresh legs. And most offensive line coaches don't rotate their offensive line as much. So when you're fresh and those guys are tired, it makes us look even faster.
Definitely, and we move to the other side of the ball for this week's game-changing performance. Receiver Andy Sturzman had a big day. 7 catches, 89 yards receiving, 2 TDs, and with Steve Lavick out, it seems like one of those guys really needed to step up, and it was Andy.
Right. All of our receivers have done the job. From game number 1 when Joe Antonacci was making all the plays, you know, Steve's had his games where he's dominated. Andy had the one this week. When you have that kind of talent, from a defensive coordinator's position, that's the stuff that scares us when we have to cover that many different people. And you know, we have that. I think we utilize it, you know, amazingly on offense. And those guys are all friends. Nobody worries about who's going to make the catch, who's going to make the play. They just know somebody's going to step up and make it.
And we've seen it kind of with Spencer Stanek taking over and playing the majority of the last 2 games. At quarterback, it seems like Andy and Spencer really kind of have somewhat of a connection on the field.
They do click. They're friends together. You see them hanging out together, watching film, going on and off the field. But I think it's not just Spencer and Andy clicking. I think that whole group clicks, whether Brad's in there, whether Spencer's in there, whether it's Steve, Joe, Andy, they all just play well as a team together.
Just as long as they put up some points for you guys to defend?
Well, I always tell Jeff, you got to make sure you get 11, because we try to hold our opponent under 10. So we'll get the win if they can do that.
And for your defense, we talk about stability, and the guy that comes to mind, Matt Wenger, is 3rd Conference Player of the Week this week. And he's really just come back playing well from the knee injury. How special of a player is he on your defense?
I think anybody would love to have a Matt Wenger playing defense. But I think one of the things that a lot of people don't realize is Matt's played for a lot of different coordinators here at North Central. He's never complained once. He's memorized the defense inside and out. And what we ask him to do, in my philosophy, is we don't protect him. What he's maybe had in the past is he's been able to blitz. He's been, you know, put in a will linebacker position where he's protected. What's best for our defense and the team we have right now is he has to play over an uncovered center. And he gets blocked a lot. He's still getting off blocks and making the same plays he has for the last 3 years. So he is a very special player. But for me as a coach, you know, he's unselfish. And we've got a lot of guys like that on the team, but Matt was asked to really take on a different role. He's accepted it. He's taking control of the defense. He's playing at a very high level, and that really gets us going every week.
Well, it's been fun to watch. Well, on the offensive side of the ball, the Cardinals started off fast with a great ground attack to pound the Thunder early and often. That's the subject of this week's What's the Word?
Well, last year against Wesley in the conference championship, we came out slow and we didn't show up. We couldn't do that this year. We had to come to play. It's Wheaton, number 12 team in the country. They're not going to lay down for us, and I mean, we did a pretty good job. We scored, I think, in the first 2 series. So.
Coach Thorne is a smart dude. He gets us into, he'll run the same formation, and we got to try to adjust to it, and he'll figure things out.
We had a couple of tweaks to the plays, which we had run all week. We practiced it all week, and it worked out for us well. Quarterback keepers that they probably weren't expecting because Denzel was in the backfield, but it worked out well for us to start the game.
We were ready for it. It's just, again, those formations. They get in formations where some of our assignments get mixed up and people aren't, you know, and they put us in a bind, and he does a good job at that. And I mean, we knew the Wildcat was coming. It's just they executed better than we did.
We came out, game plan was to run hard on them, so they thought we were going to keep running. So made some good calls, coaches, and a great throw by quarterback. So, and can't forget the whole line blocking.
Offensively, we need to finish football games. Either the first and second quarter combined. That's what we got to do. We just got to finish both.
Now, Coach, as we look forward to Saturday, it's senior day for you guys. You have a veteran squad this year. How important has this class been to your program?
Oh, amazing. Coach Thorne has always said that, you know, when we get to a point in our program where we have 20-plus seniors, that's when we're really going to be good. And I think you see that right now, not only in the fifth-year seniors that we have back, but that whole senior class as a group has been very successful. What they've meant to us this year is the maturity, the knowledge of the game, doing the right things, both academically in the classroom, service project-wise, and on the football field. And they're showing the young kids, the 18, 19-year-old kids, how to do things right, and that winning is expected in our program. So they're not only, you know, laying the foundation, they're enjoying the success, and that really just makes us a lot better for the future.
Definitely. How special was it to see some of those senior guys be able to ring that brass bell and bring it back to the campus?
It's always special to ring the brass bell. We know that, and it's taken on a life of its own. We have a lot of fun with that. You know, it's to win it over there too. It makes it that much sweeter.
And one of those seniors, Sean Wild, the third phase punting, he was D3Football.com's Team of the Week this week.
Right.
And that Wheaton punt return game was something that was really a weapon for them, ranked second nationally in the country. Held them to 4 yards on return. How much is he a tool for your defense?
Oh, it's huge. It really changes the field position game. If our offense, it allows them offensively to be comfortable and say, all right, if we run the ball 3 times and we don't get it, we're still not going to lose the field position battle. We can punt, let our defense stop them, and then gain that back, and now a short field for the offense allows them to score quicker. So he's played a huge role for us as a team. And then you can't forget the other 10 guys on the field. When you're getting great kicks like that, they got time to get down there, trap that ball, make the tackle, or pin them in. So all 11 of them had a great game on Saturday.
Well, they've been making plays all year. Stick around, because when we come back, 2 Cardinal stat stuffers will pull up a chair to join us.